Hello everyone. What we're making today is Philly cheesesteak pasta. So what we're going to need is some mozzarella cheese, some provolone. We're going to need an onion. If you wanted to use a sweet onion, you definitely can. We're going to need some peppers. If you wanted to use green peppers, you could. I just like using the orange, yellow, and red. We're going to need a little bit of the better than bouillon beef base. I have about a pound of ground beef, an 8-ounce package of pasta. Now I'm making this for my daughter and she wanted the pasta made with chickpeas, so this is what we're going to be using today. And I am using my Dutch oven, so I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. We're going to need some Worcestershire sauce, a can of the Campbell's French onion. We're going to need some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, black pepper, and salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my water boiling, and you're just going to cook your pasta according to the back of the package. I'm going to wash off my peppers and then cut them up. I'm going to also cut up my onion and then start browning my ground beef. Once we're ready for the next step, I'll be back to show you what we do next. Okay, I got my ground beef going in my pan here. I did chop up the peppers and the onions. I did also put some black pepper and salt in here a while. Now I'm going to put some onion powder, as much or as little as you'd like. This is about a pound of ground beef. And since I am using my Dutch oven, I did add about a tablespoon of olive oil in the pan. Some paprika. And some garlic powder. So we're just going to cook this for a bit. Once it gets a little bit more brown, then I'll go ahead and add the peppers and onions. But once I get to that point, I will be back to show you. Okay, go ahead and add your peppers and onions, and we're just going to cook those until they are soft. I am going to reserve about 1 cup of the pasta water before I drain it, so you can go ahead and do that as well. I'm going to add a spoonful of my better than bouillon beef base right to my pasta water. That way it starts to dissolve. So the onions and peppers are soft. So now go ahead and add your 1 can of this Campbell's soup. And we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Smells delicious. I'm going to start adding about 1/2 cup of the pasta water mixed with the 1 heaping spoonful of the better than beef bouillon. Guess we're a little over a cup. But I'm going to start off with 1/2 cup and see where that leads us. And I did add the entire, it was a little over a cup. I just turned the heat up and we're just going to reduce this a bit and let it thicken up a little bit. Plus we're going to be adding the pasta back in, so I don't want it to be dry. So what you can do now is just preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And while your oven is preheating, we're going to just bring this up to a boil again and let it reduce. Okay, we are looking good, and I did go ahead and taste it. So go ahead and taste it, and if you need any additional spices, you can go ahead and add them now. Once you do that, we're going to go ahead and add in our pasta. I'm actually going to need both hands for this. We're just going to lightly fold in our pasta, and then we'll be back to add the cheese. Okay, I folded in my pasta, and now I'm just going to lay my provolone cheese down first, as much or as little as you'd like, and then we're just going to sprinkle the mozzarella on top. Now we like cheese in this house, so I use the entire 8-ounce package of provolone. And I use the entire 8-ounce package of mozzarella. So now what I'm going to do is just put this in a 350 degree oven just until the cheese melts and until it starts to get a little golden on top. Okay, I just pulled it out of the oven. I did broil for a couple minutes there at the very end. This pan is super hot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit here for about 15 minutes just so it sets up a bit, and then we'll cut it and give it a taste. Okay, our Philly cheesesteak pasta is done. Looks and smells delicious. Let's give it a taste. I did leave it sit for about 15 minutes, but I have a feeling it's still gonna be super duper hot. Steam is still coming off. Let's give it a taste. That's delicious. Yep. And if you wanted, you could put mushrooms in here. My daughter does not like mushrooms, so didn't put mushrooms in it, but amazing. Absolutely delicious though. Ooh, that is hot. I hope that y'all enjoy this video, and if you make it, please let me know how you like it. And I hope you have a great day and a great rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye everyone.